All right, so for this project, you're going to need to find that image. You're going to go to your search engine, put your image, and I would suggest that you go under Tools and find a large sized image. So type in your name and your artist, go ahead and find that Tools, large image, and you're going to go ahead and find the one that reflects that painting the best. Obviously, this one is a mashup of a couple of paintings, would not reflect that original painting. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to suggest that you do one of two things. You can right click and you can copy it, and you can go over to, all right, so there might have been a little blip there, but we'll deal with it. So again, I've pasted my picture in here, or I can, if you had to save it, insert picture, and then you insert that from your files, okay? So you've got all those options to get that picture into Word. First thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the picture just one time and go to our Format tab. I want you to crop it, and you're going to crop that picture to end up with what you would like as your finished work. Now, you know you need a perfect square, and I can estimate it, and I could actually estimate it pretty well, but right here is where I can put that together. I can go ahead and click here and change that to an 8, and it just barely nudged that up, so now that's a perfect square, okay? I'm going to go ahead and change that for some reason. Oh. All right, well, it's close enough. As long as you get it within like 1.4 something or 2.4, it just depends on the size of your picture. All right, so now we're good with that. We're going to take that image and we're going to go ahead and drag that bigger until we see that it is at 3 inches. So right there, I've got 3.0 something. That's okay. That's perfect. It doesn't have to be too nutty. At that stage, I want you to go ahead and File, Print, and let's get that from, it's B110 HP 4600, should be in your printer queue. Go ahead and print one copy. Please realize lots of you will be printing roughly around the same time, so I need you to make sure that you do not print more than once. If it doesn't come out immediately, it's because there's too many things in the printer queue. Printer is very slow for printing pictures, so please be patient with it. Now, if you're not sure which one to do, you can come back in here. I'm going to go to the next line and press the Enter key, and I can paste it again. I can grab this guy, I can go back to Format. I'm going to crop it. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go over here, actually. Let me grab that guy. Roughly a square. I let go of that click. I'm almost there. Kind of futz around with it a little bit. That was futz, by the way, with a TZ. So the width I need just a tiny bit bigger. Almost there. That's close enough right there. So I've got that piece. I can click on it, and I'm going to go ahead and drag that one larger. Let go of the click. And again, under the Format tab, it will give you the size right here. So that is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead then and pick within those two which little tiny part I'm going to do. Now, please realize it should not be this. I don't want to see that. That's too much of the original. So it's highly recognizable as being that painting. You're going to create the inspiration of a painting based upon some of the parts that belong in here. So let's say I go with something like that. If someone saw that, they might say, oh man, some of those lines and those colors remind me of the Great Wave painting. But it's not an exact copy. We're taking a very small portion of the original and magnifying it. That's your goal. If you have a large portion of it, I want you to stay away from that. I do not want you to have a large portion of that painting to paint. It's a small painting, and it's meant to just heighten the interest of a little tiny area. So you can get quite small with this. You can drag that around. I could do something like that. And then from there, I would go ahead and drag that larger, get that to be at least my 3 inches. I could also come back in here and recrop it. I see it's a tiny bit too tall, so I'm going to pull that down just a little bit. A little bit more. Sorry, everything's flashing at us here. And get that evenly placed, and that could be my painting right there. Okay? So again, go ahead and copy and paste that image into Word, crop it down, and select that portion and print off that portion that you would like to paint. And that's where we're going with it.